The Kingdom of Benin, also known as the Edo Kingdom or Benin Kingdom, is a kingdom within what is now southwest Nigeria. It has no historical relation to the modern Republic of Benin, which was known as Dahomey from the 17th century until 1975. The Kingdom of Benin's capital was Edo, now known as Benin City in Edo State, Nigeria. The Benin Kingdom was one of the oldest and most developed states in the coastal hinterland of West Africa. It grew out of the previous Edo Kingdom of Igodomigodo around the 11th century and lasted until it was annexed by the British Empire in 1897. In the 15th and 16th century, the kingdom reached the height of its prosperity, expanding its territory, trading with European powers, and creating a remarkable artistic legacy in cast bronze, iron, carved ivory, and other materials. Benin has been known for over the years for its beautiful artifacts, beautifully crafted by expert craftsmen from Benin City in what's now southwest Nigeria. The Benin bronzes has been languishing in museums all over the world for almost 125 years. Increasingly, however, heritage experts believe they should be returned to their place of origin, with London's Honeyman Museum announcing in August 2022 that it will hand over ownership of its 72 bronzes to Nigeria. The floodgates for a tide of repatriations are now well and truly open. Come 2026, these treasures will have a lasting home in Benin City's new Edo Museum of West African Art, EMOWAA. This center, designed by a Ghanaian-British architect Sir David Ajayi, will house the most comprehensive display of Benin bronzes ever assembled. In the meantime, at least some of the bronzes from the Honeyman will be transferred to the Benin City Capital Museum, allowing local citizens to have permanent access to them for the first time. The 5,000 or so artifacts, known as the Benin bronzes, which were mostly created in the 13th to 16th centuries, aren't from the present-day Benin, but from the former Kingdom of Benin nearby. They were looted by British colonial troops who invaded Benin City, the kingdom's wealthy capital, in 1897. As well as bronze regalia, plaques and sculpture of people and animals, the haul included ivory, coral and wooden items. The British forces' aim was to expand Britain's political and commercial reach in West Africa by sending Oba Overenwem of Benin into exile, destroying his trade monopoly around the Niger Delta and colonizing his kingdom. The invaders stripped Benin City of thousands of antiquities. They gave some to Queen Victoria and kept others for themselves or sold them for profit in West Africa, England, and elsewhere. Many ended up in the halls and storerooms of museums around the world, including the Honeyman. Nigeria's mission to reclaim the bronzes began in the 1930s, took hold with independence in 1960, and gathered pace in 2007 with the formation of the Benin Dialogue Group, a working party of representatives from Nigeria, an European cultural institution focused on bringing the artifacts together in Benin City. We all unite and disperse objects on a single digital platform called Digital Benin, says Professor Abba Tijani of Nigeria's National Commission for Museums and Monuments, which has issued formal repatriation requests to many museums, including Benin bronzes. In January 2022, he contacted the Honeyman, prompting them to research the provenance of the artifacts in their care. The evidence is very clear that these objects were acquired through force. An external consultation supported our view that It's both moral and appropriate to return their ownership to Nigeria, announced Eve Salomon, chair of the trustees of the Honeyman Museum. Some items may remain in loan in London for display, research and education. For much of the 20th century, cultural restitution was unthinkable. The argument was that not all items of foreign origin were stolen or acquired violently. Some were willingly given or traded. If no laws were broken, there is no legal case for repatriation. With more and more heritage experts in favor of restitutions, museums in Oxford, Cambridge, Washington, D.C., and elsewhere has vowed to release most of all the bronzes in their possession into Nigerian ownership. Controversially, the British Museum, which cares for more than 900 bronzes, is legally prevented from returning them under the British Museum and Heritage Act. The British Museum is actively involved and financially invested in EMOWAA, however, via its African Histories and Heritage Program. This includes a 5-year archaeological partnership that is currently investigating historic Benin City, enabling us to invest in local communities, exchange knowledge, and build capacity by sharing skills and expertise, says a British Museum spokesperson. Deepening public access and understanding, creating new ways and opportunities for collections to be shared and understood right across the world, and forging connections between the present and the past remain at the core of what the British Museum seeks to achieve.